All right, folks. Like we mentioned earlier on, we're going to take a look at how you can order or how you can participate in an IPO on Webull. And the process is really not complicated at all. It's, I think, or I would say it's pretty straightforward. Just depending on which platform you're using, I mean, not platform, device you're using, it's different um, for different devices. By device, I'm referring to either desktop or mobile app. I mean, mobile app, yeah, mobile app, which is technically your phone or your tablet. But of course, your phone and your tablet shares a very similar functionality. That's not very different, but it's a little different for the desktop version of Weibo. If you have Weibo installed on your laptop or on your PC or whichever computer you're using. So, with that in mind, for you to participate in an IPO, first thing you want to keep in mind is that make sure you have either a cash account or a Webull account, or a margin account open on Webull. And with a cash account, though, keep in mind that you can only use settled cash for buying an IPO. Any unsettled cash will not be used toward purchasing any IPO in any way at any time. So keep that in mind. The other thing which you want to probably note is that with both accounts, you want to make sure that you have at least a minimum of $100 deposited in your account so that you are able to purchase the IPO because the minimum amount you can use for buying an IPO is $100. Okay, anything less than that is not accepted by the system, but you can use it after billions. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So with that being said, if you don't have a Webull account yet, I will leave a link in the description. You can use my referral code, and with that, or referral link, you can use my referral link, and with that, you should be able to get free stocks when you use that link for opening an account and fund that account. You should be able to get free stock, and that should help with your startup, gain, which is of course that's free money, as you already know. So with that in mind, let's dive into today's topic about why we are talking about this. So in the mobile version, like I said earlier on, it's a little different, and on the desktop version, it's different as well. So on a desktop version, let's do the desktop version as well. I will do a walkthrough of the mobile version, and then I will probably record a video on it over the mobile version, so that you can relate the two together and see which one favors you the most. Um, so on a desktop version, the first thing you want to do is open your account and you know, uh, have that functionality of your user interface, like what you're seeing right here. This is your user interface, and then you want to on this tabs on the left, this tabs on the left, we want to find what they call the market. Find markets. Okay. Once you find markets, click on the markets. Markets will show you all the different sorts of things, but we're not interested in all of this. We're only interested in one thing here. We are only interested in calendar and IPO. Okay, leave this index chart, leave this global, leave this top active and ETFs, leave this all other things. Find the find the calendar and IPO. Once we find the IPO, if it's not pointing at the available, please make sure that it's pointing at the available. Okay. Now this is where the magic happens. This is where all the magic happens. So under the IPO, one thing you want to do is that you wanna first of all identify which of these IPOs um, sounds good, or if there's a company that you already know which you think is doing great, or uh, your your role model your role model role what do they call it role you know what I'm trying to say. Role model who is a trader has told you that, oh, this company X is listing in this next day. You should probably buy a few shares in through the IPO. So if you've been given that kind of information and you already know those kind of companies, just go ahead and click those companies and read a little bit more about them. Add from the perspective of what the company is saying, and relate that to what you already knew before that company went live. Okay, and those kind of things. And then in addition to that, there's one thing you want to keep in mind that you want to read always, which is what they call the prospectus. You want to read the prospectus and see if the prospectus gives you information about what the company is trying to do. Because the prospectus will talk about how much debt they have and how much kind of revenue they're generating, or how much profits or losses they're making throughout the year compared to the previous year, this year, and maybe I don't think they can predict the future anyways. So those kind of things. And then let's say we want to participate in this LRE, which is lead real estate. We would click on apply. Okay, we would click on apply, and do note that when you create your account, you will have your code, verification code or trading code, just to secure your account, so that every single time you have your account secured. Okay, that kind of thing just protects you from the general public, so that when you wanna participate in an IPO, you have um, or you want to participate in a trade, you have your account secured before and after that event. At all times you are active or you're not active, your account is secured and locked, and it's only you. So that kind of code pin which you create, do not share it with people, just for your sake, and for the safety of the account. Okay. All right. Back to business. So I just unlock this. Say we want to participate in the LRA, we would click apply. Under the apply, here it will tell you a little bit of information that this is the price remains the same, and the shares they're thinking of offering is 2 millions. Okay, they're thinking of offering 2 million shares, and with that in mind, that means at least there's one thing you want to look at: how high of a float it has or how low of a float it has, those kind of things. uh, some of those informations, actually, there are people who are really generous that can share this information with you in the comments through this or uh, under this IPO, this particular IPO we are looking at. I will show you how you can find those comments listed under the IPOs. Here, this is where you will enter the amount that you want to purchase. I am not yet buying this right now. However, I will consider reading through a lot of this and trying to see which one suits my interest. Then I will participate into it. But this is where you'd potentially buy or enter the amount you want to purchase. Okay, you enter that amount here, and eventually you get you get given either shares and warrants, or just shares. If the stock, or if that security does not have warrant, they will give it the shares. If it has warrant, it will give it shares and warrant. So that's actually one way you can tell if that stock has warrant or not. If it has warrant, actually, for every stock, try to order. Just don't put an order, just enter the amount. Once you enter an amount, it will tell you the approximate shares you will get, and also it will tell you the approximate warrants you will get. If you don't see those, if you don't see the warrants, that means there's no warrants. So just then look for positive things that people are talking about, you know, and just if you want to order, you can go ahead. But if keep in mind, if it has warrants, no matter how best you like the company, please stay away. Even if it's family business, don't bring business too much into money. You get what I'm saying? Protect the boundary, you know. Anyways, put that aside. Um, so yeah, if it has warrants, just try to stay away. So those kind of things, it's very critical and it's very important, in my opinion. To me, it's very important. Okay. um, so to find comments and things that people are talking about this IPO, first, personally, I will double click on this. When I double click on this, it pops into this screen, and of course, as you can tell, IPO, I can buy or I can sell, but this is not the action I can take against this. I believe this is a secondary offering. This should appear differently, maybe not. Yes, this appears differently. That means I can short this. Shorting this means I already know it's going downtrend or it's already bearish, and I believe it will still be bearish. I can short this down, which means I sell the shares which I don't really own, and I just borrow it, and When that drop further, I buy those shares back, same exact amount of shares I sold, and I close my position, and we have no problems. Okay, that all. If you short it, you are sure that it's gonna go down. If you're not sure it's gonna go down, do not do that. Don't do it, because if it goes up and you're shorting it, it goes up, you're gonna lose money. You're gonna lose a lot of money, like really, really lots of a lot of money, because every time you short, you're borrowing shares, which you don't own. But every time you're selling, I mean, you're selling what you already have, at least for the most part. The common sense behind selling is that you're selling what you have already. Okay, you're not selling what you don't have. You're selling what you have. So uh, that means the first action you took at some point was, say, for example, you bought it down here at 357. Okay, you bought it down here at 357, and you waited, or you want to participate in the selling, and you sell it at 569, as it says here. Okay, so that's where the sell comes in. But with a short doesn't matter. Short doesn't really matter. Short, you see that it's overvalued within a very short time frame. You want to short it? Oh, sure. Do I have more than $2,000 in my? Do you have more than $2,000 in your margin account? Yes. If you do, then yeah, go ahead and short it. If you don't have it, please, you will not be allowed to short. Okay, keep those in mind. However, that was off the topic, just the kind of orders. I just wanted you to. This is a secondary offering. I don't know if this is a secondary. This is also a secondary offering. These two are secondary offering. Okay, that means it's currently already trading in the market. It's being traded. These are being traded. It was already listed before. They're trying to list it again as a secondary offering. Um, Meanwhile, the LRA here, you cannot short that because it's never been in the market and it's not in the market. There's no way. There's a sell option, but they say it's not available. It's not available. I don't know what the other one says. You can sell it. You see, you can sell it. And I believe at this point, if you do sell this, it falls under shorting. It will fall under shorting because it's ready in the market. But you cannot do that with any of those two. Okay, you cannot buy that. You cannot sell it. The only thing you can do is to pre-order through the IPO. So the comments I was talking about, the comment we talked about earlier, is that you see the chart here. You will look on that top, tabs, and find comments. Okay, you find comments, and then you read. You're scanning. You're trying to compare the negative and positive feedbacks that people are giving, and you're trying to read people's opinion and relate that to what you read from the prospectus. Okay, if all those kind of connect the dots, if they connect the dots, please um, take your action accordingly. Okay, somewhere around the world, people say normally stand in the queue or in the line according to your height. So know where you will fall, or know where you will, that you will fit best. So this guy said, I hope this does actually open on Tuesdays. Okay, so yeah, that means, in my opinion, I would translate that he had been waiting for this for so long, and he really wants it to happen. And then the next guy says big. How do we say big? How do we translate big? Big is just like, okay, boom, it's gonna pop. And then this guy will be like, when people turn to renting, since rates are too big. No, that's not related to the topic. Um, we'll leave that aside. One question: if you're on the order and it doesn't, and it doesn't, uh, if you're ordering, and that's okay. I think what this guy is trying to ask is that if you pre-order before and the order does not come through and it's over delaying, can you cancel your order? Yes, of course you can cancel your order at any time, as long as it's within, I would say, I think 12 hours or 24 hours before the listing, before the listing hour. Okay, before the next day of the listing, you can always cancel. And also, if this was expected to be listed today, the 25th, and it's been just and they said, oh, we have experienced technical issues, we will not be listing this, we'll be listing this um, 3 days later, you can cancel your order and use your money for doing something else. Okay, that kind of thing. So you can yeah you can read all this. I cannot read all this. And the other thing you can also keep in mind is that you will see that there are people who have placed an order already. Okay, there are people who have already placed orders based on what they thought was best. This guy made an order of $200, and the other guy made an order of $100. Like I said before, the minimum investment value amount you can use is $100. So keep that in mind, that every orders you make should be at least $100. But if you're lucky enough, those $100 can easily triple, tetra, and quadruple, all those kind of good fancy words, you name them. And you see people using this kind of symbols here everywhere. That means rocketing, which means really shooting high. Those kind of things. And then there are people that other people really, really follow closely. One of them that I've seen a lot of people follow is the IPO Joe Farm. If you've seen this guy around, yeah, I'm not speaking for him, but from what I've seen and read from what people say is that his prediction are quite on point. Okay, that's along with that. That's along with that, and this is what he's thinking of this list of IPOs which we just saw. Okay, this list of IPOs which we just saw. And this is just I've just made this simple for myself so that I don't have to run in the market every time. So I just created a widget for it. And to put this widget, you just just click on widget, and you just instead of option here, you look for IPO. You look for IPO or IPO. Where is IPO? There's IPO order. You will look for. I will let you find that. I will let you find that. Just start from here. Look for IPO. Once you find that, drag it and drop it up there. Okay, and play along with that. That will tell you. And then if you've ordered an IPO, that will fall under IPO orders. And if I'd already ordered any of this, that would tell you that you would see that uh, it will say order placed. Okay, since you don't see any order placed, that means I am not yet playing any of these games. However, these are very good, valuable. There are a lot of good, valuable things here that you can potentially play these games and eventually get some good return out of it. Anyways, aside with that, I just want to stop here. And in case I miss anything, please leave a link in the description. If this video gave you any lights or highlights on what you are trying to think about or trying to figure out, please leave a like in the video down there, and just read other not read. If you want to read, you can visit my website at the trendingideas.com, or just watch the next video, which is, I don't know, either there or there. One of those two corners should do something. One of those two. Okay, and one of those two, in actually in trading, it's I think it's called, you know a straddle. A straddle is like you're not sure which side is gonna do well, which side is gonna do bad. So you just consider both. If the goes one way, you're still doing well. If it goes the other way, you're still doing well. Okay, but if they leave you hanging there, it's not good at all. So don't leave me hanging. Yeah, do like, subscribe, and share this if it helped you, and leave a comment if you have questions, or just yeah, try to find how to reach me, and I will be happy to walk you through certain things, one or two things. Okay, good luck.